is Ariel. I'm the co-founder of IronHack, and let's start the day. I don't have a video for you, but let's do a little mental trip this morning. Gonna get on a plane and we're gonna go to Spain. The year is 2013. What's going on? Good times, bad times. All right, we're gonna have to cut on the tapas and sangria because the economy is not doing so well. We probably hit the lowest point in the economic recession of the country. If you look at general unemployment, we're talking about 27%. But if you look at the youth population of Spain, that number was abysmal, 56%. So you're talking about 6 out of every 10 individuals under 25 that are not in college, they're not getting a job. And for context, in the United States around that time, we're somewhere around the 12%. So that's a perfect backdrop to move to Spain and start a company. That's me and my co-founder Gonzalo in our first office. This is our garage picture. And we're very excited about Spain for several reasons that I'll talk about. So what is IronHack? IronHack is a leading coding school, now UX school and data analytics school in Europe and Latin America. We're training people in these 3 different tracks with immersive courses that go anywhere from 9 weeks to 6 months with a very strong focus on getting people jobs. We've graduated 3,000 students since inception, and we're very proud to share an 80% placement rate within 3 months, which is incredibly impressive in our markets. And we've been ranked for the last 3 years as one of the top 3 global coding schools by Course Report and SwitchUp. These are the authorities that ranked these type of organizations. And here are cities. We're operational in 9 cities, all great cities that I recommend visiting. All right, so let's talk about what got us excited about these markets. The one thing that was comforting to us, even though these people couldn't get jobs, is that there were thousands, hundreds of thousands of vacancies in technology and technology-related areas. So if you look at Europe and Latin America, you have about 1 million jobs that are currently unfilled. And when you look at the issue of youth unemployment, that was only one part of the story. Underemployment was another very pressing issue as well. Many young adults couldn't get enough hours of work per week and couldn't afford a living wage. Another interesting point, in Europe and Latin America, careers are very static. So once you get on the train of being an architect or an engineer, you kind of think of yourself only as an architect. We don't have the same agility that we see here in the United States. And if you see, job satisfaction takes a big hit as a result of that. So we think there's tremendous opportunities for career changers, and in order to do that, we need new agile educational providers. And of course, in our business, return on investment on tuition is pivotal. And in these markets we're seeing, we don't have a lot of data in Latin America yet, but in Europe we're seeing an actual bigger increase than in the United States. And in the early experiments in Latin America, we're seeing some students double or triple their income after our course. Our vision is to be the leading solution, leading provider that tackles this youth unemployment and digital gaps issue in these 2 regions. And we're doing it with a 3-pronged approach. Many of these markets don't have the same organization and ecosystem development that we see in some of the big markets in the US, so we start with community. We seed user groups, we provide workshops on how to change your career into tech, we support all sorts of educational organizations that help people take that first step. As a student-centric organization, we do anything in our power to help our students get a better return by pricing locally. When it makes sense, we teach in another language that's not English. And of course, we can't solve the gap without working very closely with employers and companies. In every market, we have at least 2 individuals that are focused on doing outreach to employers. And we constantly cater the curriculum and treat it as an agile software product to reflect changing market needs. Outcomes, like I said, is everything in our space. We're very proud to have maintained 80% plus over the past 5 years, while increasing our volume of students by 18 times. These are some of the great companies that we worked with in the past couple years. Currently, we have a network of about 1,000 employers globally. On the financial side, we're very excited to have delivered consistent revenue growth of 100% year over year for the past 5 years, and we've done it in a very sustainable way. This was a company that was bootstrapped for the first 4 years of the business, and we've done it in a very old school type of way, focusing on margins and cash flow. For the growth investors in the room, the rule of 40 basically looks at revenue growth minus burn rate. Any number above 40 is great. We're looking at 106% for our last year. Going forward, there's still a lot of room to grow. New locations in our regions, we think we can hit another 12 locations within Europe and Latin America. New programs, not only new treks, but also how do we follow the student throughout the journey before they enroll in IronHack and beyond that initial bootcamp experience. But now the big area of focus for us is B2B, right? Like I said, it's super important that we work very closely with employers, and we're thinking how can we provide talent solutions for employers at scale, and how can we help them think about their reskilling needs in their existing companies. Like I said, we've helped thousands of students in the last couple of years. In working even more closely with employers, we think we can be the leading provider and leading solution for solving this very present problem. Here's my contact information if you want to collaborate with us in any way. Thank you so much for your time.